Well, gang-related criminal activity is on the increase in mid-Michigan, so police and the FBI have formed what they call the Safe Street Task Force to try and fight it, but they say they can't do it alone. Tonight, NBC 25's Aaron Luby shows us how the community can help take back the streets and gang up on gangs.
Gangs on the streets of Flint and Saginaw.
It's dangerous out here.
Their senseless gunfire is turning streets into cemeteries.
When you have drug sales, there's people fighting to see who's going to sell the dope where. Then it leads to problems between the gangs. Then that leads to shootings.
Flowers, balloons, and cards are common on many corners to remind people of the lives that were lost. We saw a young boy on a bike ride by one such memorial. It's so common, sadly, it didn't seem like it was anything out of the ordinary. Just like in those graphic music videos, on the internet we found videos of what are believed to be Saginaw gang members. With them, children hardly more than 8 or 9 years old, taught to wave gang-related attire, flash hand signs, and sing lyrics about doing drugs. Former gang member Nick Cuevas says this is how it starts.
Started at a young age, 13. My uncles and them were in gangs. My mother associated with gangs. But I have 5 kids that I don't want following in my footsteps. I don't want them to tear down the community like I did.
In Flint, the violence got so bad this year, the FBI formed a Safe Streets Task Force. Its goal, dismantling the gangs.
I know that there's people out there that are afraid. There's probably victims out there that have not reported the crimes for fear of retribution. Just know that there's a place you can call.
Call and remain anonymous.
Does he got an anger problem?
Local officers like Sergeant Rivard say silence is the single biggest challenge to overcome in an investigation, and the reason many cases go unsolved.
Everybody in the street knows who did what, but we can't get anybody to tell us anything, and then it gets kind of frustrating for us because then we go out to a scene and we got people yelling at us that, well, the police aren't doing anything.
But police and agents say they'll never be able to do it alone.
Community involvement, that's what's going to stop this stuff. It's your community. We're here to help, but it's your community. You have to live there. So what we want to do is make it a safe place for you and your children.
Safe enough to stand outside a home without being afraid of getting shot. So young children don't grow up to think a gang is something they want to be part of. So families living in both Flint and Saginaw can feel peace knowing safety has been restored on our streets.
To the citizens, make calls.
And kids will one day find a memorial like this, remembering someone shot in the street, something strange and rare.
Now, if you have information about a crime in your community, call Crime Stoppers or the police. Tips can be made anonymously. Police say your help solves crimes, ultimately breaking up gangs and making our communities safer.